The Frost Blaster is a tower that was unlocked by triumphing the Village of Despair map during the Christmas 2019 event. It could also have been through a limited time game pass for 350 Robux. Frost Blaster was recently on sale though, costing 600 Robux to purchase, which how I myself got the tower. Through its 4 years of existence, Frost Blaster has had a total of 3 changes, and through these changes, it has caused Tower's meta to flip drastically. Today, we will be covering its history and asking how good was it actually. On December 24th, the new TDS Christmas event would be released, thus the introduction of the Frost Blaster. Frost Blaster costed 450 to place and dealt 3 damage with a range of 12 and a fire rate of 2. The Frost Blaster could also freeze enemies, however, it was only for a short while. For $300, you could get the level 1 upgrade. It gained 3 more range and a change of appearance of getting basic TDS gloves and backpack. For Frost Blaster's next upgrade, it costed $300, and for that, damage got increased from 3 to 7, its range got increased from 15 to 16, and gained hidden detection. Appearance-wise, he gained a mask, goggles, and some headphones. For level 3, it costed $1,200, and the changes were the increased damage of 7 to 17, fire rate decrease of 2 to 1.5, and gained a mark ability that slowed down enemies after being thawed out. Frost Blaster gained a new pair of armor. For level 4, Hyper Ice Rifle, it costed 3,000 to upgrade, and for that, Frost Blaster's damage increases from 17 to 30, and its fire rate decreases from 1.5 to 1. And now, for its max level, Sub-Zero Hero, it costed 7,500. Frost Blaster's damage increases from 30 to 35, and range from 16 to 17. It was a great early to mid game tower, as it was able to deal with enemies for extremely cheap, however struggled on late waves due to its slow fire rate, and as enemies' speeds increased over waves, Frost Blaster couldn't keep up with these enemies, and it wasn't able to compete with its rival, Freezer. Freezer was basically just able to freeze more than Frost Blaster, with its ability Ice Drop, able to freeze an entire map of enemies, including bosses. Now, Frost Blaster wasn't just a worse freezer, as stated before. Frost Blaster was a great early to mid game tower, while Freezer wasn't. Deciding between the two was basically what situations you needed more help in. Frost Blaster held its position in the meta as being a pretty good tower. On October 29th, 2020, almost a year after being released, Frost Blaster would get its first major change. This change would be around the overhaul update, and this rework caused Frost Blaster to become one of the worst towers in the game. Every single Frost Blaster stat would be lowered, and it was just not worth using. At its base level, its damage decreased from 3 to 1, range decreased from 12 to 10, and fire rate increased to 2.5 to 3. On level 1, its cost increased from 350. On level 2, its cost increased from 300 to 600. On level 3, Frost Blaster cost increased from 1,200 to 1,500 and lost its Frost Mark. For level 4, Frost Blaster's damage decreased from 13 to 3. Now, to make up for this loss, the freeze time has been changed to 1.3 seconds to 1.7. On its final level, Frost Blaster had a total stat 35 damage, 1.5 fire rate, and 18 range, but it gained more freeze time. It seems like the TDS devs were trying to change Frost Blaster into being a better support than an early game tower, but failed. Its freezing was just terrible and was surprisingly even worse. With its loss of the Frost Mark, it doesn't help Frost Blaster's main problem of not freezing enough with its low fire rate. Frost Blaster's position in the meta changed drastically, falling down to being in the same levels with Scout, the literal starter tower. Now, Frost Blaster's rival also fell into this category, as it lost its ice drop ability and became way too expensive. Because of these changes, TDS just didn't really have a slowing tower anymore. On October 28th, 2023, a new update released, mainly the introduction of Act 1 and some new balance changes. Now, stat-wise, nothing changed about the Frost Blaster. However, during this update, TDS added a new system where ice towers cannot freeze enemies when they're on fire, and will be thawed out once a frozen enemy is on fire. This might not seem to be a big issue, as there's only one fire tower, and that being the Pyromancer, and it's not even meta. Well, Pyromancer has a golden version of itself, which is one of the best towers in the game. The system has just destroyed Frost Blaster even more. Due to Golden Pyromancer being a crucial part of winning, players have more of a reason to not choose Frost Blaster, as there's better options like Golden Pyromancer. During the Christmas 2003 event, the Frost Blaster would become available again with a brand new rework. This rework would cause Frost Blaster to become one of the best towers in TDS, as it would become a great option for early, mid, and late game. A quick summary to this rework is its damage, range, and freezing time gets improved. However, I think the two most important changes I didn't list in this rework is its change in its fire rate and it getting a new mechanic known as Pierce. These two changes make Frost Blaster's biggest problem of not freezing enough disappear. Frost Blaster could freeze multiple enemies with one shot, and combined with its decreased fire rate, makes Frost Blaster just oh, that's so gay. Frost Blaster most notably shines on hardcore mode, through it being able to handle the earlier waves, and it being able to freeze threats on later waves. An example of this is when facing the Mega Slow on wave 19. The Mega Slow is a tanky boss that many players struggle on defeating, and end up dying to it in the end. However, with Frost Blaster, it can slow the Mega Slow down by 70%, giving more time to defeat this enemy. Now, the issue of the system where Ice-type towers cannot freeze enemies when they're on fire still exists. However, it's less damaging to Frost Blaster, as it is a much better tower than before. Through this rework, Frost Blaster is now one of the best towers due to its ability to slow and take down bosses and hordes by a lot. So in conclusion, please subscribe to me, because I'm trying to pass John Roblox in subscribers by the end of the week, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you.